a staff coming in as a new guy was to not have entry-level expectations in terms of understanding what we're doing offensively and the playbook, and those guys have done a great job catching themselves up. And they're obviously older, and so with that comes some understanding already because they got like real game reps in college football already. But I've been really pleased with both him and Kyron in their acceleration of picking up what we're trying to do mentally.
When you're kind of crafting that year two offense, what about Devontae specifically makes him kind of an intriguing piece for you?
Well, just he's really got some elite change of direction. You know what I mean? As a player, he can go from his ability to accelerate and decelerate is pretty special and unique, and that shows up on film. And back, when we were first recruiting him and evaluating him, and that's showed up here on the practice field.
And how about Kyron?
Kyron, same thing. Elite ball skills. Do you know what I mean? Right. Which was all over tape. He's such a big and physical receiver in this league. That's so necessary, right? With the aggressive secondaries that we play, he's done a fantastic job of being that physical person. And again, super impressed with his football acumen.
How has the addition of Jim Knowles helped you?
Well, you have somebody that you've coached against, and it's always just nice to bounce ideas and thoughts off of. And, what do you do here? What caused you problems? What didn't you worry about that we made a bigger deal? Things of that nature. So just some of the general professional development things, but you have somebody in-house that's willing to just give you an unfiltered evaluation of their preparation for you and vice versa.
And with all the returning guys you have on the offensive line, the running backs, the quarterback, what's the next step for your running game, the team's running game, after the way you guys were able to finish last year?
Well, to be dominant, right? We have experience coming back on the offensive line. We're excited about. We got two great running backs. I think both 1,000-yard rushers, right?
Yep.
Right. So you got two guys with 1,000-yard rushes. You got a quarterback who looks as mobile as he had since I've been here in the 16, 17 months, whatever it is. So he'll be able to keep people honest, and you have an elite group of tight ends right now that I'm super excited about. I don't know, we're going to talk about missing Ty Warren, and we do, and we will, but I'm super. Khalil Dinkins was probably the most unheralded player on our offense last year. You know what I mean? And then you got Rapp and Luke. You know what I mean? That'll come back. So you have a box that's going to be super mature and good. And you want to win championships, you got to be able to run the football. You got to be able to throw the football well, but you have to be able to run the football.
From an installation standpoint, how different has this year looked than last year?
Well, probably a lot different because it's year two for so many of the guys, and so what our day one installation was. We were at 400 level already day one, but we should be. We played a 16-game season. You have all the growth that occurs when you play in games throughout the course of a year, and it was. We had super high expectations about what was being installed, and they've handled it. So it's about evolving as an offense. It's about what's next for each of those players. What does a little more look like for Drew? What does a little more look like for Khalil Dinkins and Nick Dawkins and all those guys, right? So all these guys that talk about returning, what is a little more? What's the next evolution for them that we can continue to showcase and build around what they're really, really good at, but then continue to improve on things, where they need to improve. Right?
Danny, sorry, didn't mean to cut you off. Danny O'Brien talked a couple weeks ago about the offensive evolution being generally what you guys did well last year and then playing off of those things.
Yeah.
So I guess in your mind, what were the strengths